So for the first part of this question, I'm asked to find the value of this surd that we have here. So we have the square root of 1.44 multiplied by 3.61. And I'm just noticing here that both numbers are under the square root sign, so we're finding the square root of the whole thing that we have here. So we could just type this into our calculators in one go. So the square root, and then we're going to take the square root of the multiple of 1.44 and 3.61, making sure both are under the square root sign. Or just to double check that we make sure we know what we're doing here, we could take the 1.44 times by 3.61 first, and that will then give us an answer of 5.1984. And then we can take the square root of 5.1984, and that will give us the final answer of 2.28. And that's the same answer that we would have obtained by just putting the whole thing into our calculator. So for this part of the question, I'm asked to find the value of this expression that we have here. So it's similar to the previous part of the question, but this time we're just working with a different expression. So I'm going to use the same sort of skills that I used in the previous part of the question, and again I'm going to be working with what we call BIDMAS. So this is the order in which you can perform kind of the calculations within a larger calculation. So the B in BIDMAS stands for brackets, the I is for indices, the D is for divide, then multiply, add and subtract. So this is the order in which we do things in the calculation. So the B first here means that I'm going to work with the brackets first. So as I can see, I do have brackets, so I can simplify whatever's inside the brackets before squaring it here. So squaring, this is an indices, so this comes second. This comes after manipulating the brackets. So I can start off here by taking that 3.54 minus 0.96 within the brackets and simplifying that. And if I do that calculation, that gives me an answer of 2.58. And as that's what's inside the brackets, I can then square that. So square 2.58, and that gives me an answer of 6.6564. And now if I look back to the BIDMAS that we have here, the only thing that I have left in the calculation is this minus 4.096, and this is subtraction. There's no addition, multiplication or division happening here, as we've already simplified this term, so we simply need to subtract 4.096 from it. So I'll take the 6.6564, subtract 4.096, and that's going to give me the final correct answer here of 2.5604. And I would have gained the first mark in this calculation if, so one of the numbers that I've been using to calculate is shown. So if I'd have reached this value here, so simplifying the first term, or similarly, possibly if I had rounded my answer, if I'd given my answer as 2.56, I also would have got the first mark, but not the second.